that the U.S. government has been in direct contact with these forces, whatever they are. The Earth, we don't know if they're from outer space, if they're spiritual beings. I mean, we just don't know the answer. But the government does know. But this is not just stuff that I read on the internet. I know you all are very, very grounded in that story, so I think I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But there's some stuff there that's just like, man, I'm not even sure what that means. There's a spiritual component there that I don't fully understand. The government has evidence that we're not alone in the universe, that there is some form of intelligent life or something that is creating these crafts. They're buzzing the Earth. We don't know if they're from outer space, if they're spiritual beings. I mean, we just don't know the answer. But the government does know, but they're lying about it because why?
Hello, Vito here. So Tucker Carlson came out recently on X, formerly known as Twitter, exposing what I've been exposing for years in regards to the United States government and at least around the world being in contact with extraterrestrial interdimensional forces and re-engineering their technology. This is mind-blowing, so please watch, alright?
Do we possess this technology or don't we? And if we do, where is it? And there have been, as noted earlier, a number of pretty ominous indications over the years from apparently informed people that the U.S. government has been in direct contact with these forces, whatever they are, the people who created and flew these objects, whatever they are. But there has been direct dialogue between the U.S. government, maybe other governments, and these entities. Are you aware of that? Has anyone even asked that question to, say, the President of the United States or someone else who could answer it?
I'm aware of it, and I've talked to people about it, but it's just another rabbit hole I go down. And I have to be real careful, Tucker, to be honest with you. But
what's crazy is that it's being reported that these craft are moving at insane velocity, speeds in which the human body cannot handle. They're even outmaneuvering professionally trained fighter jet pilots at insane speeds such as 5,000, 10,000 miles per second.
It's a worldwide phenomena. We have some of the best pilots, not in East Tennessee, the best pilots in the world, that are telling me their crafts have been buzzed by this. You know, and I've had members of Congress say, Burchett, you know, we need to be on something important. Well, let me ask you, what's more important than something in our airspace buzzing $50, $60 million aircraft, putting American pilots at risk, and that we don't know who it is or what it is? And then we have a government that claims they don't exist, and now all of a sudden, people like yourself have brought this issue to the forefront. Over half the American public believes that they're out there.
Yeah, I mean, if this is real, and it clearly is real. I mean, 10 people have come forward with security clearances to say yes, it's real.
Well, the interesting thing about that was, you said 10, and that kind of jogged my memory. We asked more than 10 people to testify before our committee, and several of them were scared off. They were told by their overlords or whoever at the Pentagon that no, they could not come speak.
This is mind-blowing information right here. This should be all over every corporate news channel there is, but for some reason, it's not. And I think I know the reason why. It's because Hollywood has done a good job of convincing people that it's all fiction. Even though majority of Americans believe that there's some outside source, right, extraterrestrials or whatever you want to call it, right, but they're not expecting it to be revealed in their lifetime. It's a deception within a deception, because they're telling us that there's other life forms on other planets outside of our world. But are they extraterrestrial? Tucker asks a really important question here, and it says a lot. Also, if you're enjoying this content, you can always subscribe, click the bell notification, and stay tuned, because I'm going to be posting a lot more content like this. Please share the video. It needs to get out there, because people need to wake the hell up. All right?
These crafts, they're buzzing the Earth. We don't know if they're from outer space, if they're spiritual beings. I mean, we don't know the answer. Spiritual beings?
This is why I love this guy. He just gets it, and he asks the right questions, right? They are spiritual beings. You've been lied to your whole life. And this is why Jesus said it'll be the greatest deception that has ever hit mankind or all of creation. There'll be nothing like it.
But if you talk to people who, have actual knowledge of it, that they gathered themselves, there are parts of that story that I do not understand at all that are really, really, really dark. It's so dark that I, haven't told my wife about it. I mean, I haven't verified any of this, but this is not just stuff that I read on the internet. I know you all are very, very grounded in that story, so I think I know, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But there's some stuff there that's just like, man, I'm not even sure what that means. There's a spiritual component there that I don't fully understand.
Well, Jesus have already explained it. He told us what to expect. We are not fighting against flesh and blood, but principalities and powers in high places, angelic forces and demons who are partnering with the evil one in order to deceive the world.
So yes, that story bothers me. And I think, last thing I'll say, that one of the reasons that we've had all these disclosures and all of these, 10 whistleblowers at this point, and it hasn't really become front page news. Part of it's suppression. Parts of the government don't want you to know about it, but part of it is the public can't deal with it. It's too far out.
Especially because of the fact that Hollywood has pre-programmed us into thinking that a revelation like this would only take place in the far advanced future, and it will never happen in our lifetime. So no one is expecting this groundbreaking revelation. This is why a lot of people, they're going to be so shocked because they weren't expecting that.
If you've done more to expose it than anyone else.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I went public, and certainly I was shown that, they can touch me at any time. And
So David Grush, he's a whistleblower, and he's one of the face of this revelation that they're putting out there in order to expose this thing. It's tactical. They know exactly what they're doing. He's saying that they've threatened him, right? And he knows that his life is in danger by revealing this information. But as I said, they know what they're doing. They know who they're keeping alive, and they know who to take down, right? Because they want the truth out there. Not all the truth, as Tucker has exposed, right? When he said this.
There's a spiritual component there that I don't fully understand.
No, this is the truth that will end you. But the thing is, they're going to get away with it because they know that majority of people have already digest the deception of extraterrestrial beings from other planet. And it has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with Christianity. It has nothing to do with God. They're aliens, bruh. Aliens, dude. Right? They're not angels. They're not demons. Tucker better be careful. Like, he better be careful. Because that's the truth that'll get you.
Who's doing the threatening and who's doing the killing?
And where and who is it that has been apparently killed by the government? That's a very serious charge. I mean, we up until this point have been talking about a hunt for potential alien spacecraft and alien bodies. Should this be a manhunt for human beings that have been killed because of knowing too much about
I want to know
program?
what agencies are responsible, and then we need to hold them accountable.
This is hilarious. This guy thinks that he can hold the elites who has control over everything, even his job, accountable. Like, come on. Snap out of it. The true elites that has control over everything is not the United Nations or those puppets that gather around every year at Davos, Switzerland to discuss world domination. No. The true elites are the angels, demons, the devil, right? That serpent of old, that old dragon. He's deceiving the whole world to wander after him. And this alien deception is the epitome of deception, right? Because the whole world, even believers, are going to be deceived by this. Because remember, Jesus said many will depart from the faith. So what will cause so many Christians to lose hope in Jesus? Aliens. Because they're already saying it. Now that aliens exist, does Christianity have any purpose? Right? We cannot reveal this because the religious people are going to go crazy. They're already telling us this. But I know who is not going to go crazy because I'm 1,000 steps ahead of them. Alright? Guys, please, I'm begging you. Get in a relationship with Jesus. Because without the Holy Spirit, you're not going to be able to bear this deception that is coming. you won't stand. You're going to be deceived. Because how are you going to explain aliens? Are you going to explain artificial intelligent humanoid robots taking over? Are you going to explain a zombie apocalypse? It's a huge deception, and the devil is the god of this world has orchestrated it, okay? I'm going to leave the links of these videos in the description below. Guys, please subscribe, share these videos, because they're mind-blowing and a lot of people are blinded to the truth of what is going on. Remember, you're not only doing it for me, you're doing it for
those who are asleep.
Stay tuned.